Court cases. Let's go ahead and talk about them. What is up, Wolverines, and welcome back to John Crump News, where we cover all the 2A news that you need to know. My name is John Crump. I'm an investigative journalist, and I am your guide for today. You know, I had a conversation with Steve Dettelbach, and he said you would not like this video. He said you wouldn't leave a comment down below, and he said you wouldn't subscribe to the channel and ring that bell. Just throwing that out there. I don't know if that means anything to you, but whatever. Today we are sponsored by JSD Supply. JSD Supply is your home for your building needs. They have the MUP one, which is a SIG P320 kit. They also have polymer 80s, barrel slides, and parts. Everything that you need to complete your build. And now, just for our watchers, you can get an extra $10 off and free shipping by using code CRUMP. Go ahead and check them out at JSD Supply. Okay, let's get into some court cases, because if you can't tell, I love court cases. We are going to do this in chronological order of next steps. So let's go ahead and head down to Texas to talk about Division 80. Division 80 sued the ATF over the new pistol frames and receivers rule. The ATF claims that Division 80 does not have standing in the Galveston, Texas area because the company is just a shell corporation set up to sue the federal government over the final rule. The federal government's attorneys even sent a paralegal down to the address that Division 80 listed for their business. It turned out that was a furniture store, and the paralegal took pictures. Division 80, for their part, claims that they are in business and they sell items like P80s. So therefore, the new final rule will affect them. They are asking for a judge to grant a preliminary injunction. That hearing will be on August 9th. Speaking of August 9th, let's go ahead and talk about Rare Breed Triggers. Rare Breed Triggers has filed for an extension to file a response to the defendants, so there's not much going on there until August 9th. After that, there should be some movement in the case, but until then, it is the status quo and everything is all quiet on the Western Front. Okay, now, since we talked about all those, let's go ahead and talk about GOA's case in North Dakota. GOA filed for a permanent or preliminary injunction against the final rule going into effect with the help of 17 states' attorney generals who are now officially listed as plaintiffs. The GOA case claims that the rule is arbitrary and capricious, and has asked the judge for some type of movement by the 17th or 18th of August to try to get an injunction before the new final rule goes into effect on August 25th. We should hear something soon, and maybe even today we'll know something, or tomorrow. Don't know when we will know something, but we should know something whether GOA gets their day in court on the 17th or 18th. Speaking of GOA, their case in New York now has a court date. GOA sued New York State over their new concealed carry laws. After the Bruin decision, New York freaked out and passed all these gun laws. Basically, Thomas said that you cannot ban guns in places just because people gather there. Then New York went and banned guns in Times Square because people gather there. GOA teamed up with their Ukrainian immigrant to sue New York over the new rules. He had a concealed carry permit before the new rule went into effect, but now after the new laws went into effect, his rights have been drastically curtailed. The GOA hearing will be heard on August 23rd, and hopefully a preliminary injunction will be issued shortly after, but you never know what's going to happen. The new law is scheduled to go in effect by September 1st, and we should have a preliminary injunction or a denial of preliminary injunction before that new law goes into effect. All right, that is it for today. There's a lot of cases out there, and these are just 4 that people keep on asking me about. But there's tons of others out there, and I encourage you to look into those. All right, I love you very much. Stay ever vigilant, stay ever free, keep in the fight. I am out of here. Wolverine's motherfucker.